time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she need it now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
What's the word? Top of the morning.
What's the deal? Top of the clock.
Man, top of the morning here getting this workout in. Shout out to my boy K-Boy too, man, for that intro song. He went crazy on that one. Shout out to K-Boy. We might gotta have you pull up to perform that joint.
That should be going crazy every time.
Every time that I hear that, I'm ready to go. Man, it's some you sent me some crazy. You sent me something crazy this morning. So DJ Mustard album drop, which we were supposed to review it. We just haven't got around to it. And looking at the numbers, essentially it flopped. Correct?
First week for sure. Yeah, 18K first week. Not looking like that good of a week to me.
So that's looking like a flop for somebody of his caliber, and the type of names he had on there should have been able to generate more than 18K in 1 week.
Came off of too, like off the whole pop out. You know, he's right now. I mean, shit, he's the most viral producer. I mean, you would think so. People are looking at him, but I don't think it translated. I don't think it translated over. That the pop out, it didn't translate over for him like I thought it would.
Right. And we're going to get to that too, because we talked about the pop out and I talked about the West Coast dropping the ball after the pop out. But as far as his album goes, I think he sees the numbers and he puts out a series of tweets saying album sales are a form of white supremacy. Let me fix the banner. I misspelled something. So I'm trying to figure out how that makes any sense. Like, what do you mean it's a form of white supremacy? Because you flop? Because I'm pretty sure if you did 1 million a week, you wouldn't have been saying that. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about what he said?
I think it's an excuse, man. I think that, you know, in this instance, the album flopped. I listened to it. I'm going to be 100% honest. It just wasn't anything special. Like, it doesn't. And I don't think that, and I'm not sure. I got to go back and look at his other projects, but I don't think he's historically even done good first week anyway. So I feel like just because of the pop out, people are kind of expecting him to, you know, have these crazy first week numbers and a crazy, you know, maybe first month. But I think in reality, he's probably doing what he's supposed to do. He's predominantly a West Coast, you know what I mean, producer. He makes West Coast beats. He collabs with other people as well, but I feel like that's predominantly what we know him for. And we've already had a discussion multiple times about the West Coast not necessarily, you know, their music and sounds not being able to transcend. So I feel like due to the pop out, there's an outrage. But in reality, he did what he was supposed to do numbers-wise first week. I think it's just also him in his mind thinking it was supposed to be more too because of the pop out. But, you know, I think reality is starting to set in a little bit.
Okay, somebody said he was trolling academics. See, I don't follow academics at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I had no idea.
Maybe because we're in the blogging space, we need to start keeping up with these other bloggers. But I'm going to be honest. If I deem you as a goofy, I really don't pay attention or hold no merit to what you got to say, really. So I don't know what he would be trolling about. But I did see the tweets and I was confused. Like, what do you mean album sales are a form of white supremacy? Now, if you was taking the angle that, hey, we're in the streaming era now, artists are getting raped with the streams, you know what I'm saying? Like, we getting pennies on the dollar and they making billions of dollars on our streams. We got to get 1 million billion streams to even get a $10,000 check. That's a form of white supremacy because the whites are over the industry, the Jewish execs, they getting all the money. Then I could be like, okay, cool, bro. It's on some Da Vinci Code shit, putting hidden messages in the tweets. But it didn't make sense to me. So if he was trolling, then I guess so. But then is 18K a flop in the era of the streaming?
I don't think so. I mean, you have people like, you know, Drake and people who are doing fucking 200 first week. But like, again, I think for him, 18K is great. Like, you're a producer, you're a DJ, you know what I mean? Technically. So it's like, we're coming to you to hear a mix of people on an album. You get what I'm saying? So to even have 18K, I think it's not bad. But again, I think just due to the optics, he probably feels like, and other people feel like it's a flop. But I mean, what other DJ are we going to right now to go listen to a compilation album? Like, that's the only person I can really think of. Maybe a couple other that have been doing it in the most recent times, that people are going to check for.
Nah, you're right about that, because I really don't keep up with album sales in this era, because there's no physical albums. Nobody's going out and actually purchasing your album. It's like, we got Apple Music, we got Spotify, we got all the streaming services. When your shit drop, we're gonna jump on there, click the song. If it's not hot in 30 seconds, we're gonna skip to the next. When you had that CD and that was your last $20 of the week and you wouldn't have bought that, guess what? You digested that back to back.
I was just talking to the homies about this. I was talking to some people, they didn't know what a B-side track was. And I had to break down how, like, when you listen to albums, that B-side is where you really, learn the artist more, their direction of the album, stuff like that. And I feel like what you just said, when you got that CD, you ended up liking the songs you didn't even like, because you had to listen to everything to really, get a feel of the album. Now with streaming, just like you said, you go 30 seconds, it's whatever. Or you even look at the track list. Oh, who this got on it? Oh, I don't fuck with bro. Okay, on to the next. You might never listen to the song. And so I think that's what it is. And I believe the sales are different, right? Like how many streams of an album make up like one album sale, I think is different from CDs. So it could also be that with the digital era, it takes more to get one sale. So it could be that as well.
Yeah, I just feel like with the physical copies, you appreciated the music more, because like you said, even if I didn't like a song, the fact that I spent my money on this, I'm going to go back and listen again to triple check if I liked it or not. Like, you know what? I probably didn't like it. Let me just be 100% sure. And a lot of songs you end up liking after the second or third listen. Like, oh, I missed that. I didn't catch that. I was asleep on this. But with the streaming, if it's not hot, I'm never streaming it again. It's over with. It ain't no double back on it. So that could have some type of effect. But even with this album, a lot of it sounded the same. Like every song was damn near like a turn-up song. And I'm like, okay, where's the variety? Where's the, the creativity? Every song was a party pop-out song, minus a few. My favorite song on there was probably Kodak Black shit, because I just relate to Kodak Black more and what he be talking about, his subject matter. So his was a little more hit home for me. It was another one with Roddy Ricch that was hot too. I
like that one too. Yeah, that one was cold. But the other ones, like the ones with Quavo, he's had a few songs with Quavo. It just sounds too mainstream radio-ish for me, if that makes sense. It's like,
yeah,
I just feel like it's so generic of a sound that he does with some of these artists that he continuously collabs with, that it's like, I already heard this song, whatever that shit is, All the Bad Bitches on Her, 10, all them other songs he's had with those people. I've already kind of heard that song over and over again. So it's just again, like you said, it's not a bad album, but I don't think it's the best thing ever. I think, again, with the pop out, I expected much more. I thought he was coming with more of a, I thought he was going to get on in a rap or do some crazy shit. I didn't know what to expect, but ultimately it was the same shit we've heard the last tape. So.
No, for sure. And he had the track he did at the end when he was thanking everybody. I actually liked that track. I think that was dope. The beat was dope. That was the switch up I was looking for. But again, it was like turn up after turn up after turn up. By the fifth song in, you like, damn, I just heard this for 5 songs. Like, I remember mixtapes. There was really no standard for your song. You hit the album, because this was like a compilation album. You hit the artist, they send you whatever they send you. If it's hot, they put it on it. So whatever zone that artist was in, that compilation album would take you up, down, up, down, up, down, as far as emotionally with the music. This shit is just like up, 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 and that's it. If you're not in the party mood, you really can't play it. Like, if you want some introspective type shit, or you want some shit to pull you out of a slump, you feeling depressed, you want to, like, anything, there was none of that on there. It just was all, let's put the hottest single we could put out to get the most streams. And unfortunately, that's where the music industry is now.
That's kind of how another DJ Khaled, does his albums as well. It's just, he gets a lot of people that look good on paper. And then, it doesn't, I'm not going to say it doesn't turn out the best, but it just sounds too generic for me. I like the Pressured Up with Vince Staples and Schoolboy Q. I thought that one was cool too. But even that, right, I expected to hear those two on a song together and for it to be more of an introspective song maybe. And that also shocked me as well. So overall, it just was the same shit I've heard from him, bro. Like for the last 15 years, you get me? It was really nothing different.
Yeah, I think he might gotta go. I don't want to say reinvent his sound, but add a little more depth to his sound. Because I feel like Not Like Us is like the pinnacle, but we pretty much know when a Mustard beat come on, you know what to expect. It's no surprise. Like Kanye, he can go from A to Z. Just Blaze, he was going from A to Z. Primo, like DJ Premier, like you got these alchemists, you got guys. Their catalog is extensive, and they could go from A to Z. I think when you get a Mustard beat, you just looking for turn up. You're not looking for nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. You know exactly where it's going to be, and that's the problem we keep talking about with LA. Is like we're kind of in this box, or the West Coast in this box of certain sounds, and we don't really transcend. Like the only people I've really seen Mustard work with that's not West Coast was the Migos and them, and then you had what was his name? Travis Scott. He had a couple songs with him. So besides that, it's like I don't see him trying to push the envelope, and we've already seen him do that. So to come back and do it again and again and again, it's like you just giving us mid at this point and just expecting us to fuck with it because you Mustard, and I don't think that's what niggas is gonna do.
Nah, facts. And this is also why I was saying, like, damn, West Coast dropping the ball after the pop out, because this was the time and this was the album that you were supposed to be displaying the new up and coming artists on the West Coast.
Yeah,
you went and got the hottest artist in the game that we done heard a billion times. You're a West Coast producer, fresh off the pop out, fresh off the victory with Kendrick. You produced the song, one of the biggest song, the biggest song in hip hop history according to the streams. Where it was the West Coast on this album, other than Roddy Ricch, he's already established. Vince Staples, that was cool. Schoolboy Q, he's home team. But other than that, there was none of these people that was at the pop out on this damn album. It would have been better to have, like you said, go back to A side, B side. Okay, you went and got the biggest artist. B side, here goes the up and comers. Here's what we got. Here goes the new heat on the West. There was none of that. No showcasing nobody. And I feel like they dropped the ball again with that, because this was the opportunity to put all them dudes in the limelight. Everybody that's buzzing out here, the Blue Bloods clans, the Meet the Whoops, like all these guys that everybody's naming week after week. Where are they? You didn't put them on the album.
Fact. You can see me, right? Or you can't.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay. Because I'm looking at the album right now, just the track list, and that's facts. What you said, like we've already had. I mean, there's no. I expected exactly Meet the Whoops, 310 Baby. I thought might be on here because he a young cat that's doing it good. He could have had Rimble. He could have had. I mean, a lot of different people that are up and coming in LA that he didn't have. He's had the same people: Roddy, Travis. Who else we got? Ty Dolla $ign, which is cool. But it's overall the same.
Excuse me, he had Blue Bloods Clan on there, so let me take that back. It's just
he did with Yachty, huh? He did with
Yachty.
Yeah,
it's a song with Yachty. I might have skipped it before it got to Blue Bloods, so maybe that's why I didn't. Yachty is kind of I'm not getting with. I can't rock with Yachty.
And they got songs together already as well. I think they got 1 or 2 songs together, Yachty and the Blue Bloods. You know,
you put Baby Stone Gorillas on "Pray for Me." Oh, in the video. I mean, on the album though, like just showcasing their rap skills. Fuck the video, because we ain't really watching videos like that. Ain't no BET, ain't no MTV. Like unless you go on YouTube, look up. You know what I'm saying? That's a cameo. We want to hear them displaying their rap skills. And what was wild to me, there's no Kendrick.
Yeah, but and you know what
Kendrick ain't on here.
What he said in his thing, and so that's how you know the song Not Like Us. It was just he just fucked the beat and he took it, because Mustard was saying on an interview that he had sent Kendrick hundreds of beats. He was just sending them every day. And then finally he hit him back like, oh, this cold. And then the song was just there. So I feel like, and you know, if you listen to Kendrick's music, it don't really line up with Mustard's beats at all. Like that's some shit that me personally, I was kind of like, oh shit, okay, like this is something that I've never really heard Kendrick do, this sound, even though he's from LA. So I mean, him not on the album is not surprising due to the differences in sound. It's only surprising to me again because of the pop out. So it's like we should have low-key been on there. I've seen rumors of people thinking 7 to 7 or something like that was going to be a Kendrick song, but it turned out not being that. So I think it's just a difference in sound.
I think Kendrick would have been good on "Pray for Me." Like, fuck it, throw him on there and let him, you feel me, talk his shit at the end of the album. Like he's overlooking the West Coast. He done let all the young talent come out, and then boom, the King of the West speaks and ends the album out. I think that would have been doper. You feel me? But I don't know. I'm just looking at the features on here. Like you got Yachty, you got Quavo, you got Future, you got Who else he got? You got Kodak. You got Young Thug and Lil Durk. Like, where's
cool.
the West Coast? You're a West Coast DJ. Where is the West?
I get it. Like, I feel like maybe, and I'm speaking for bro. I don't know if actually how you felt, but I kind of see how maybe he was trying to. It looks good on paper. These are artists that are super mainstream. They're buzzing. And he kind of got like Blue Bucks. They're really big in the city, right? Like, I think they're one of the bigger acts. Ty Dolla $ign, one of the bigger acts. So I think he just went big. But again, after that pop out, we are expecting some more organic, homegrown shit that we just did not receive. This is the same shit that he did last album or whatever that was. I'm telling you, it's really no difference.
Yeah, and this is the problem with the West Coast, bro. We get a buzz, the ball's rolling, and what do? We go to every other region except home team, except the backyard. So now it's like everything fell flat. It's starting to look like Kendrick damn near used you niggas with the concert because he done disappeared again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kendrick. I mean, that been his thing though. Drop, make noise, disappear. So that been what it was. But a lot of you niggas who didn't have a face in the industry, y'all might have just burned a lot of bridges. Low key side note with Kendrick. Like, oh yeah, fuck Drake. Yeah, we riding. Oh shit, where Kendrick at? That nigga back in Ghana.
Yeah, and I feel like
on the front line.
He the type of nigga too. He didn't promise nothing. I'm sure he didn't promise nothing. He like, we did this. That's what it is. I think it was the artists that were there that thought that would be enough. You know what I mean? To just do whatever and then drop a tape. Nah, you got to put the pressure on. You got to apply that shit because people are already not checking for the West. That was some of the biggest eyes we've had in years, in my opinion, when it comes to music. So for anybody who didn't take that as the time to go ahead and apply the pressure and make good music, they fucked up and they dropped the ball. And they might have burned some bridges in the process. And now it's like, yeah, where is K-Dot? This nigga ain't nowhere to be found. He doing his regular shit. It's looking ugly.
Okay, I got a question just based off of what we said. Because this is what Drake, whether or not he's riding the wave of these new up-and-comers, he's still giving them shine. So does Kendrick showcase new talent? Like, does he help showcase new talent and break new acts? Because being the king of the West, getting your stamp of approval is big for an up-and-coming artist. Like when Game was on, the Game jumped on your track and did a verse, or the Game let you get on his album and do a verse, that was big for you. When Snoop was the king, that was big for you. K-Dot is the king. I don't really see him out here maneuvering other than cameos and people showing up to his videos. Yeah. Or, hey, I know Kendrick, I'm in the studio, took a boomerang. I mean, for the world to see, like on a track.
I feel like he doesn't, besides his, baby king, but that's his family. So it's like he put him on, which is cool. But I don't really see him bringing out any new West Coast artists. I think, and in today's time, it seems like a lot of people who just don't feel that responsibility. Like you said with the Game, which, like you said with other West Coast artists before Kendrick was king, that was something that was big, collabing, showing love to the younger guys, etc. I think that's a lost art at this point in time, just because of the way music and streaming is. Niggas don't even link up in the studio no more. Like they just send a verse over, and that's what it is. So I don't think he's even in that mindset of trying to connect people and bring new artists out, even though he should be if you're going to be the king of the West Coast. Because you look at places like Atlanta, and it's like one of them niggas getting the door, and they got 50 niggas behind him that they bringing up right along with him. So I mean, shit, QC signed nigga, everybody's homie from the same block. So it's like that's where we kind of need to be at. But unfortunately, LA at this point in time is not moving that way.
It's wild because Game took Nipsey on tour. Game took Kendrick on tour. So Game was exposing new up-and-coming acts who would later go on to be successful in the industry before they were anybody. Before anybody knew their names, he was exposing them to the mainstream. Like, look, these are my fans. Go showcase your talent. And if you could pull some fans from my fan base, more power to you. I don't see that happening. Not saying he's not doing it behind the scenes, but I don't care about behind the scenes. What you doing for the world to see? Because musically, if we don't hear your music, if we don't see you, we don't know you exist. So I could be plugging you with plugs behind the scenes, but if the world don't know it, it's damn near irrelevant. Because this is the world of social media. This is the world of you got to show me now, the popcorn generation, microwave generation. If you're not in my face damn near every day, I forgot you. You don't exist.
Nah, that's fact. I think Kendrick, and something that I realized about TDE artists is that they go on other people's tracks, but you won't necessarily see people on their bodies of work. And I think that's it could be looked at as a bad thing, but when we're speaking about musically, it shows how I think musically talented they are to be able to create those types of albums pretty much completely by themselves with only the people within their camp. I think they just overall understand that maybe these artists just don't fit their sound. So I'm not going to bring you on here when you don't fit this, even though you should try to maneuver and make some way where you can get people on a track. I think overall that's what TDE kind of has been birthed out of. It's just them motherfuckers doing their thing with each other, and then making it big off that.
Yeah, because when I'm thinking about the West, who do new artists go to get broken in the game? It's either you going to TDE or you got to go through WAC 100.
Yes, like exactly. You got to do something like that. You got to. That's really it. I mean, and WAC, who the last person he had? Blueface. Like, so it's like
WAC had Blueface. He had Savi third before that, but
that's big too.
He dropped the ball with that by going to jail and doing other little shit because he should really be a superstar right now. So he fucked that off because he was supposed to be put out on Cash Money West before Blueface. So other than that, WAC has turned himself into a personality, which has turned himself into a social media superstar with the Clubhouse, with the beefing with niggas every week. Then now he's on No Jumper. He got the show over there. So WAC himself is now a figure. So I don't think he really got time to be breaking new artists. He like, shit, I am the artist. I'm up.
We don't really got that. Yeah, and it's like, that's the problem. We don't, at least from what I see, we don't have nobody in the streets or on social media like crazy trying to find a new talent. And the artist, it's like LA's weird, right? Or West Coast is weird because niggas will see you for years doing your thing, but won't bring you up until you already in the room with them. Then it's like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, I fuck with what you're doing. Let's hop on a song. Let me get a feature, etc. But nigga, when I was outside the building, still making a smaller, noise, but smaller, niggas wasn't trying to hear me. So now I gotta do and get up in here. And then at that point, niggas already got a chip on their shoulder. They don't even want to fuck with niggas. So I feel like that's where the disconnect comes, and that's why we don't end up
collaborating
because of that. You said what?
Oh no, you was glitching. You was in the Matrix. I thought we lost you.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, I said LA is the only place, like you said, they'll see you booming, cracking, working. They know you can make it, but they're still not gonna co-sign you. But the second you go over to Atlanta, oh shit, he cracking in Atlanta now. Let me attach myself. Oh, you go to Miami. Oh, he cracking in Miami. Now they want to co-sign you. Oh, he's cracking in New York. Now they want to co-sign you. But niggas don't want to be the first to co-sign you out here. That's the problem with niggas. You go to Atlanta, Atlanta's co-signing you first. You don't got to come to LA. We gonna find out you cracking in Atlanta because Atlanta's backing you. And that's all we hearing from Atlanta. LA is totally different.
They got stories of everybody in Atlanta got the story pretty much. They was with the homie in the studio, smoking, drinking, and they was just like, just get in the booth. Like niggas just getting in the booth doing whatever. And then, a week, a month later, they're like, hey, keep coming back. We want to see you grow. We want to see you work. And I don't think we had that same culture in the West Coast. It's like every man for himself. Until you can do something for me, you're irrelevant. Like once you're able to provide a service and maybe boost my stats, then I'll fuck with you. But until then, you kind of on the outside looking in.
See, this is the thing. You said he brought out a gang of artists for the show on Amazon. This is the thing, though. Nobody was looking for them on Amazon. We kind of was just sitting there waiting to hear Not Like Us. So nobody ears was really registering to what anybody was performing because you wasn't there for that night. Like if he would have held a concert that wasn't derived around the Drake beef and showcasing new talent, to me that'd hit harder. But let's be for real. We all were just waiting for Not Like Us. That's it. We wasn't waiting to hear nobody else. We're like, all right, cool. Who next? All right, cool. Who next? It's like when you're watching a Mayweather fight. Unless you're a super fan of the sport, you don't care about the undercards. Yeah. Y'all at the house playing cards. Y'all drinking. Oh, shit, Mayweather on. But the niggas who really love boxing, to be the one or two niggas at the kickback really watching.
Right.
That's how the pop-out was. The niggas who really love hip-hop, they was really watching. Everybody else was in there. Oh shit, Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Like, bro, let's be for real.
That's true. And that's, I think the intent was good of what it was, but exactly that. Like after that, it's like you have a surge. It's like when we do something and we go viral, you might have a surge for that week, but then after that, you got to keep it up and keep the consistency up to kind of keep that you know what I mean, that popularity going, or that you know what I mean. But besides that, I don't think anybody was able to do that. So I think the eyes that they got from the pop out, it was oversaturated, if that's what the word I could use for lack of a better term. Like it was just so many people viewing it because they wanted to see that diss, that I think it inflated some ego and maybe inflated the West Coast thought process on what might be next for us, if that makes sense when it comes to being received by other regions.
Man, did you see DJ Academics trying to make the claim that Drake is more like that than Kendrick?
I'm like, come on, bro. Look, man,
I'm trying to find the video. I think O'Shea Jackson was saying that. I'm trying to find the video, but he was like, man, just technically speaking, Drake be around more gangsters than Kendrick, low key. Like he's probably more like that.
Like now, nigga, he got him on payroll. But you gotta. This is what niggas don't understand about the West Coast. You could be a square. You'll get banged on for being wherever you are. You feel me? The opposite race might get on you. Like it's niggas they ain't never had no 100 days, 100 nights in Canada. Like let's stop the cap. They ain't never had any of the shit that I feel like niggas in the West Coast go through. And you are affected by that. And you might not even be affiliated. You could just be a regular person. So I don't think Drake is anywhere near what Kendrick is. And Ack at this point, he just got Drake's nuts in his mouth. These niggas don't want him to lose. They don't want him to take the L. And Drake already gone. He over here making albums with Party Next Door. Bro's over it. He understands he lost. It's his fans that are still trying to keep this shit going.
No, that's a fact. Like to really sit there and say this dude from Canada who grew up from a damn near wealthy family, grew up on TV, is more like that than a young black nigga surrounded by power rules in Compton is absurd. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. That's the ultimate level of glazing I done damn near ever seen. Because like what? First of all, this is the West Coast. This is Compton. He grew up in the early 2000s in Compton because we were around the same age. So this was when the gangbanging was cracking. It was up. 2000, 01, 03, 04, 05. It was lit. Like 05 was damn near like our Chirac year. I remember. That's when the Hispanics put the green light on niggas for wearing white tees and all like it was all type of shit going on in the streets. If you was in the streets, that's when we had the race riots in the LA County Jail. They had to separate the blacks and the Hispanics. Like it was up. So you didn't even have to bang to for somebody to get cracking on you outside back then. And you comparing that to somebody who grew up in Canada, like, come on, bro, stop playing. Keep this shit music. Like you were trying to attack niggas' personal characters when you yourself are not like that. You're not like that. You haven't been around nobody that's like that probably until you got in the industry. You feel me? You grew up blogging. You grew up on the internet.
These came out of his basement for years. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's wild though. To say Drake is more like, did he piss on his leg and smack him and all? Like, come on. Like there's all type of crazy shit attached to this man's name, and this ain't no hate on Drake. I still fuck with Drake old music. I still turn some Drake on, and I'm on the West Coast. I'm not hating. Yeah. I'm not picking sides in the beef. I just call a spade a spade. He lost. That's it. Everything he been dropping since the beef, it been low key whack. It been flopping. He trying to do house music and shit now. So I think he got to go take a vacation, reinvent himself, come back with a banger. He'd be all right. But as long as not like that is still on the airwaves right now, he can't pop out, bro.
It also shows you the ignorance that motherfuckers that's not from the West Coast or never, know nobody from the streets, been in the streets. It shows the ignorance that niggas have because niggas is low key getting on Kendrick like as if like if you've been in that walk of life, if you had family, whatever the case is, you're not praising that shit to the max. You're not trying to be the toughest street nigga in the world. It's like that's what I don't think people understand. You're trying to say he's not like that because he's intelligent, he made it out, and he's trying to give us a better message. To me, if anything, I'm looking at bro like he for sure been through some shit to be doing that. It's the niggas like Drake who 35 years old just trying to start banging or just trying to act like they tough. That to me ain't been through shit. Because if you really been through something, you don't want to keep doing that, especially in your later age, unless you're ignorant as fuck.
Yeah, I don't. But see, that come from niggas who never had the opportunity to display their masculinity. Like, regardless of what we want to say about gang banging, that's still young men full of masculinity with nowhere to release it. They're not in sports. They're not in any combat martial arts. But as a man, that violence is still in you. You have to display violence as a man, or it's going to be displayed in other places of your life. Like a lot of these dudes turn into weirdo predators and all type because they have nowhere to release that shit. You feel me? So these niggas grow up wanting to release that. Then they get the money. Then they get the yes men around them. And now they can safely do that. But we come up, you got to do that shit. You You could be a square from Delaware, got no choice. Like you said, you walking outside every day. Niggas like, hey, where you from, bro? I don't bang. You don't bang. Nigga, what block you live on? Nigga, ain't your cousin whoopty whoop? You getting beat up for some shit your cousin did, some shit your homeboy did, or because of the block you live on. So now you ain't got no choice but to adopt the violence. So it's a totally different dynamic out here. And that's what people who's not from here don't understand. You have kids who literally couldn't walk down the block. Like outside, like you seeing niggas outside, you fuck. It's the only way home, too.
Yep. And
it's the only way home. Or your mom sends you to the store, and it's the only store that you can get the item that she need. But this is the store where niggas hang out at. It's 50 niggas in front of the liquor store. You like, fuck.
I gotta walk.
You down there finna get killed trying to go get mom some motherfucking pack of cigarettes or some shit. Like,
he don't understand that. He don't get that, and that's why I said it's ignorance. Like anybody who's, like I said, been in it at all, they understand what it is. We know Drake ain't like that. To me, Drake is just somebody who he got some money. Like you said, he wanted to release that masculinity. What he really started doing was trying to fuck with niggas' girls and doing certain things like that. I think he got pressed a little bit, and now he want to turn into Macho Man. But it's like, man, just chill. You feel what I'm saying? Just be you. And I think, everything, you wouldn't be in this situation right now if you was just being yourself.
This is the crazy part. The niggas that Drake are trying to emulate, niggas are the type to rather hang around niggas like Drake. Like niggas would rather be on the OVO jet, flying perks and shit, and hanging with the cool nigga who got all the bitches. Like niggas
exactly that. Exactly.
Niggas trying to leave the environment that you're trying to emulate to get to where you are, because it's cooler over there. You the cool light-skinned nigga who sing and got all the bitches. Nigga, we're trying to come over there where you at, nigga. We trying to bring you around. You feel me? Because the bitches is scared where we at over here, unless they 304s or something. We want the next level Croatian models that you be chilling with. So the street niggas are trying to get to where you at. You think you looking cool, trying to act like the street niggas, and we looking at you like a goofy. Like, what the fuck wrong with you, bro?
That's so crazy you say that, because that's really facts. And again, the niggas try to overcompensate for what they don't have or what they weren't able to showcase. And it's like the niggas over here they already know you. They already know you're not like that. They're not asking you to be exactly what you said. They want to come into your world for a little bit, fuck with what you got going on. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like that. So I think bro just let his ego get to him. He got niggas around him. And he thought, I don't know what he thought. He thought money bought, I feel like, street shit, but it don't. You see that now because all of that J Prince, Whoopie Wop, whatever, all that shit is silent and done for when it's niggas from the West Coast you talking to. So,
nah, that's a fact. It's I don't know, man. I'm anxious to see what else he got coming up. You feel me? Because let's be honest, when you ride with a female, I'm gonna turn some Drake on before I turn some Kendrick on. That's just a fact. And this ain't no hate on neither one. Drake got the vibe music. If I'm on a yacht in Miami, we got the champagne. Sun is out. We popping that Drizzy on. Yeah. You feel me? And it might be some shit I don't listen to. He just gonna set the ambiance right. He gotta get Drake gotta get back in that bag, bro. Go to Miami. You feel me? Get your mind right. Go rent you a yacht. Put a bunch of young hoes on there. Get that feeling back and start making that type of music. And you be right back. But as long as you out here trying to catch the next wave, that shit over with.
He just announced yesterday, I think last night, he's doing a collab album with Party Next Door. So I'm sure that's what he realized too. He going back in that bag. And I think that's what's best for him right now. Let everybody kind of forget about that. Then maybe come out a little bit later, whatever you want to keep rapping. Cool, do your thing. But what we're trying to hear from you is vibes right now at this point. That's for sure.
Because it's crazy because Drake done damn near put on more niggas than Kendrick for sure.
Yeah.
We talking about cosigns. Drake done co-signed a lot of niggas who done pop shots at him.
And whether you think it helped him or helped them, it's like he did do it. He did co-sign him. So and he co-signs a lot of niggas. Like, so you can't really say he don't. That's why niggas dissing him and then not being able to produce is like you might be burning the bridge just a little bit.
Okay, and before we go, you just reminded me. Well, I just reminded myself that Joe Budden shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit, man. So I guess he been in the spaces with the fans, and the fans been getting on his ass like, man, the pod trash, bro. Like, well, what's going on? You out here manipulating the fans. You out here being too political. You not speaking on certain topics. You got certain relationships. This ain't the Joe Budden that we were fans of when you was saying, fuck the industry, fuck the execs. I'm here for the art. like I'm here for the essence of it. Then you get in the pod lane, you start touching these millions and rubbing shoulders with dudes you couldn't rub shoulders with when you were the disgruntled rapper, and you start turning into the exact niggas you used to be dissing. You doing a lot of the same shit. So they like, what's up, bro? Like the pod ain't it. And he just went crazy on them. So give me your take on it.
I've been listening to Joe Budden since I was 2015, something like that, 2014. And the podcast, what I'll say right now, the quality is great. However, the content became terrible. It's low-key unbearable right now. And I don't know if it's because I've been watching bro for so long, or it's because they're really not in their bag. It's too much political shit with no fact checking, no knowledge. It's too much of the getting into Melissa Ford's love life and what she got going on. Every time they come on the show, they getting on her, who you dating, what you doing. Niggas don't want to hear that shit. You feel me? And then on top of that, niggas spent 2 months on Drake. They still talking about Drake to this day. Like, and if you're a core fan, which most of their fans and listeners are, we don't want to hear about that shit 2 months later. We still hearing about it. So I think right now they need to take a little break. It's hot outside. Maybe go get on a yacht, get some sun on your skin, and come back rejuvenated, because right now it's not where it used to be. When people, when it was Rory and Mal, I feel like a lot of people really fucked with the show. And then after that, it became a little bit, I don't want to say unbearable, because I enjoy most of the characters on the cast at this point. But I think the camaraderie has become more business-like instead of an actual personal relationship. And you can see it on the camera, and then it translates.
I just think they missing some youth on there. Maybe it's a bunch of old niggas stuck in their ways, and you getting a bunch of old nigga take, which that could be cool. But when you're dealing with hip hop, you're dealing with all age brackets. So I don't know, man, because I came up listening to Joe Budden, but niggas was like, "Oh, to pump it up, nigga!" Like I was in high school bumping the move music mixtapes. Yeah. Like I used to knock that shit. Like I still to this day, nigga. Literally yesterday, I was just playing Move Music 3 on the way back from the studio with Lil Bro. So I still am a fan of his music. The nigga he turned into on the podcast with the success, I'm not a fan of that, because like I said, he always was the radical. So I always saw a lot of myself in him from that aspect. Like, man, fuck the machine. You feel me? I'm here for the art. I'm not here to mold and sell out for the music and the record sales. Like, even if it's at a detriment to my own career, because he was damn near a mixtape rapper his whole career besides Pump It Up. So once he hit the success of the Joe Budden podcast, I seen him start to change. Like that money, that fame, that success, which he always wanted as a rapper, he's getting now in the podcast lane. And now he sees why them niggas was the way they was in the rap lane back then, when he didn't understand. Like, oh, fuck, why you not talking about woo woo? And niggas like, man, I got a relationship with these niggas. We making money together. I can't just be out here saying whatever like you. That's what got you punched in the face by Raekwon. That's what almost got you punched in the face by Method Man. This is what got ransom at your homie front door on Vlad TV, smacking the shit out your mans. He didn't understand back then. Now he touching that money, rubbing shoulder with them Jewish folks. He won't even touch on certain topics. And that's what people loved him for, because out of everybody, he was the one who would say what everybody was scared to say, which now he won't even talk about certain shit. Like, fuck you niggas.
No, he really, it started when he went on State of the Culture. He had a show with Brandon Jinx, Scotty, and it was on Revolt, which is Diddy's, was his shit at the time. And I think that's when the relationships and the bias started, because that was one of the first things that I seen people really get on him about, was cutting the whole Diddy, debacle thing out of his show multiple times, not speaking on him, not speaking on Jay. I mean, you go on the show sometimes, and again, they having conversations about shit that nobody knows nothing about, some inside jokes, and it's a 3-hour podcast. So if I turn on a show and it's an hour of y'all talking about the weekend with each other in subliminals, y'all got bleeps coming because we can't know the person's name, they cut names out, shit. What are we watching for? Niggas is not going to stay tuned in for an hour straight and not get to know topics. Our intro is crazy. So he became, you get what I'm saying? Like our
intro is nuts.
It's just nuts. And then he's became so accustomed to just doing whatever. I think he's letting the fame and the spaces and shit like that go to his head, where he doesn't give a fuck. He literally said, hey, fuck you niggas, pretty much. Like, you know what I mean? Even though you niggas to a certain degree built me up, I don't give a fuck what you niggas say. So he's at a point right now where he feels like what he's doing is what he's doing, and he's not going to change that at all for nobody until a fallout or something else happens where he has to.
He done had a fallout already, though. That's the thing. He fell out with Rory and Mal.
Yeah.
I think that's when his podcast was at his peak. But I wasn't watching him back then because Maul was always like a cornball to me, and I couldn't stand him acting like he was the coolest nigga. Like, I don't know. It's just his energy. I'm like, you're not that guy, bro. Like, cut that shit out. You feel me? Now he has Queen's Flip, which he don't really fit on there because he's like a skit type nigga. He's like a niche type nigga. He's not built for these super serious conversations. But he put in work. I remember Flip from Smack DVDs. He used to be around Stack Bundles and them niggas. Like, he used to be around all the niggas. Like, who them niggas? He was around, but he was always the jokey, skitty type nigga, even around them niggas. Like, oh, that's Skip, man. He just played too fucking much. So he really don't fit here. And Melissa Ford, this is like, man, this is the problem with bringing women into male spaces because now you got to adjust to a female being there. Yeah. It should go at her a little bit. But other than that, it's like trying to make sure she's comfortable. Oh, we can't talk about certain things whenever it's a topic about a woman. Oh, hands off. It should have to be the one to say it, or Queen's Flip. But Joe won't say nothing to keep her comfortable. So I'd be kind of iffy with having these female co-hosts anyway in the male-dominated spaces because now you can't be a man like you could be with your boys at the barbershop.
Yeah, we gotta walk on thin ice now at a place that we've been, talking how we wanted to talk and talking freely for 5-6 years. Now you come in and and I don't think, and I think she's an okay addition to the show. Besides eye candy, she's not providing us with anything at all. They just did a word counter. He had a word count on the last couple of shows, and I think in an hour she said like 5 words. It's like you're not even giving us takes. And also, if you look at her before she got on the show, when she just came to just sit down, she was a way different person. And this is what happens with girls, I think, is when they just pull up for the pull up, they energetic, they fun, they giving the host stories, they doing everything. So Joe and them thought that's what she was going to be on the show. But now she got to see y'all every day. So now she's trying to play like none of that shit ever existed. She's down to earth, she's humble, she's modest, all this shit, which I understand, but at the same time, the shit that she was doing on the show prior to being on the show is what they thought she was going to get, and that's what people were coming to see from her. When they actually got her on the show, she's too guarded and worried about what people are going to think of her way too much. So a lot of times she don't even answer the question. She go in a circle for 5-6 minutes without even answering the actual question because she's afraid of what we're going to think, and she's also afraid of the backlash that she's going to get from the guys on the panel. So I think if they want to keep her, they got to bring another girl, or they got to really grill her off the scenes and be like, you got to come with some shit to say.
See, me, I'm not a fan of this new style of potting. I like podcasts. They get right into it. They got topics. I'm going to learn something. You feel me? Or it's a topic I'm interested in. And the people that's on there, I want to hear their take. Like this new style, people just get on, mainly the celebrities, like you said, it's an hour intro. We just talking about random shit. Nobody has no idea what you're talking about. There's no context. There's no flow. There's no direction. It's like we really just talking and taking up time for ad space because that's all it is. They're getting paid off these ad rolls. So the longer the pod, you feel me, the more ads we can get, the more revenue we can get, and the more we can break the clips down. But at least when Joe Rogan does it, they're talking about interesting shit. Hey, man, what you think about aliens? And, hey, man, you ever done DMT? And so even though they might not have no direction and it's random, it's interesting shit. Like, man, you ever seen a grizzly? Yeah, man, this grizzly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Rogan to have you like, man, I ain't never even thought of that. Let me go look up grizzlies now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's at least some funny shit. But with niggas, it's just kicking back. Oh, yeah, man. And like what y'all talk about, gang? Like, I don't know. Because they be asking us to do that. Like, man, y'all should chill on the topics and just come in and just sit back. I'm like, that's not my personality. I can do it, but that's more like a Twitch type thing. When I'm on set, I like to have direction. I like to have topics. I like to have substance. A lot of people don't want substance. They just want to see you, which is kind of
even the ass shit. Joe Budden used to say he would never do that. Now he got Prize Picks and all these other things. Like he had Ruby Rose on, I believe, because she has a thing with Prize Picks. So it's like he's starting to do a lot of shit like that that's just tanking the content, in my opinion. You got 7 people on the show. It's a lot of voices. A lot of different opinions, and some of them aren't formulated well. And I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to hone in on the content and figure it out. I honestly suggest it's called the Joe Budden Network anyway. He got another podcast with some football players as well. I think he should. he should keep whoever's on the show, but give them segments of their own. Because like he had improv with Flip. He could do a show with Mel on her own. Like it's some things that he could do, but I don't know if the people that are there want to do it. See, the thing about Rory and Maul was them niggas was there through thick and thin. He said, "Come here today." We do it. Was you never watched the episode? It was like, "Oh, this nigga's on vacation today. Like he's over here." Like it was never none of that. They was every episode Joe was there. They was there. Now niggas is more. It's too sedity. Niggas is on vacations. Niggas is like, oh, I don't want to talk about this shit, whatever. And so it's tanking the content. He doesn't have in my opinion, a group of people who really want to see the show grow. They came after the growth. So they didn't get paid. They fuck with it, but they never gonna fuck with it as much as him because they didn't watch it grow.
They just riding the wave. You feel? See, that's why I feel what Shannon Sharp said. A lot of people, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. He like, look, you work for me, ain't no vacation if I ain't on vacation. Because what you do on vacation and I'm the star and I'm at work. What you mean you on vacation? What you mean? Without me, it's no you. So how is you on vacation and I'm working? I feel that because this beats a 9 to 5. So if you're not trying to push the content further and push the brand further than me, or at least as further as far as me, I don't need you around. Because what the fuck are you around for? See, I think he got to start bringing more guests on as well. It's cool with them, but they're not captivating personalities to me, in my opinion. It was cool when he used to bring the battle rappers and shit on. They used to liven the show up. You get a lot more arguments and debates and back and forth. And all these niggas is like, oh, man, everybody's a cool, old, laid-back nigga. And then you got Melissa Ford, who act like she never was a video vixen. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Nah, shout out to Sue Surf, because that's really who was supposed to be on the show before he got locked up. And he was killing it like that. He was a funny-ass motherfucker. He had great insight on topics. He brought that realness to the show that, you know, I feel like the cast right now is kind of missing, and that rawness. And so shout out to him because he really was killing it, but he got locked up. From what I'm hearing, though, on the show, he going to come back once he's free. So hopefully he do, and you know, it'll go crazy.
Yeah, free Sue Surf, man. We got to get him on the show when he touched down, man. Holla at the wave, you feel me? Funny, I was supposed to do a song with that nigga back in like 2011. Oh God, and I ain't even rap like on Jesus.
Bar up,
nigga. What? I was a super fan of battle rap. I'm like, man, let me DM this nigga, DM that nigga on fucking Twitter. Like, hey man, how much for a verse? The nigga tapped in immediately because he was coming to LA. Like, yeah, boo woo. But since you know you were homie, woo, bam, I'll charge you this. So he a real dude. He a real cat. He real down to earth and shit. Shout out to Surf, free to wave. But yeah, you got anything else, man? You feel me? I have to finish this little workout, man.
No, man, that's it.
What that footage looking like? Is looking superb.
Yeah, I already got the one that's uploaded to the drive. The first one we was doing this, so I'll share it to you right now, and then I'm gonna do the next one. The next one's only like an hour and like 5 minutes, so it should be.
That's cool. That's how I like to keep it. You feel me? Yeah. I think that 2 hours should be, unless it's like a crazy guest, that should be overkill sometimes.
We could have went with old boy though. When y'all see that, y'all gonna fuck with that one. We could have went with him for a minute. For sure.
Yeah, y'all know we should have cut all that bullshit with Ruckus out. Just, you feel me? Because I just went like, damn, this nigga's tapped in. He got all type of motherfuckers on his page, and they know this nigga. So it's like it was no cap in his rap.
Facts, and I think that's something else too that I wanted to bring up about followers compared to in real life, right? Like you go to somebody's page and they might not have nothing. Like it ain't that crazy, but nigga know more people than somebody with 100,000 followers or has more connections, able to make more. So.
What the fuck? How you get outside? Fucking dog. Yeah, that's cool there. That's right though, because you'll have somebody who just take pictures with a lot of celebrities as they meet them, but they don't even know these fucking people. But if you go down their page, you're like, oh, this person is lit. I see them with Snoop. I see them with Dre. I see them with really. You just a fan who follows celebrities around. You feel me? So perception is reality though.
Facts.
But yeah, I'm gonna end the live. Y'all share, like, subscribe to the channel. Run us up. New episode will be out soon. We got a real exclusive interview coming out with a heavy hitter in the industry that a lot of y'all probably don't know about, but y'all finna learn about. So y'all stay tuned. You feel me? The content is only gonna keep going up. We're gonna keep raising the bar. You feel me? We're gonna keep blazing a path. We're gonna keep blazing a trail for others to follow. The viral way. Get out of here.